The high-value texting frame. How to establish dominance and respect. Most men lose the game before it even begins. It has nothing to do with your looks, your job, or your bank account. It's not that women hate you. It's because the very second you start texting, you transfer away all of your power. You surrender your position. And in doing so, you surrender her respect and attraction. They text like beggars. They'll over-explain a simple statement, double text when a silence stretches, or check in with meaningless, anxious questions like a nervous parent. They send novels when a single purposeful sentence would do. They crumble at the first sign of silence, convinced they've done something wrong. And here is the harsh, undeniable truth. Women don't respect it. They don't desire it. A woman might tolerate this behavior for a while, out of politeness or boredom, but deep down, she knows. This is not a man who commands attention. This is not a man who lives with dominance and purpose. This is a man who is terrified of losing her. That's the difference between high-value and low-value texting. One operates from a position of unshakable strength and certainty. The other operates from a place of chronic fear and insecurity. If you've been ghosted, left on red for days, strung along with vague plans, or felt like you're chasing a ghost, it's not because women are inherently cruel. It's because you gave up your frame. You taught her, through your actions, that her attention is a prize you must chase. And today, we're going to fix that. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to text like a man who sets the tone, who commands respect effortlessly, and who doesn't beg, chase, or fold under pressure. This is the man women feel instinctively pulled toward, because his powerful presence radiates through every word, and more importantly, through the silences between them. Let's break through the confusion. High-value texting has absolutely nothing to do with pickup lines, cleverly timed emojis, or finding the perfect reply. Those are all surface-level gimmicks for men who lack inner backbone. They are a distraction. The real game, the invisible battle that determines everything, is this: who controls the frame? The invisible power dynamic, understanding frame. Frame is the invisible power dynamic in every interaction. It's the unspoken agreement about whose reality is stronger, who is leading and who is following. It's the context you set. Most men hand it over instantly without even realizing they had it. They send 4 texts when she sends 1. They apologize for imaginary mistakes like taking an hour to reply. They desperately fill every silence with anxious energy. They hand her the keys to the interaction and sit in the passenger seat, hoping she'll drive the relationship forward. A high-value man does the opposite. He doesn't give away his frame. He sets it, he maintains it, he protects it at all costs, because he knows his value is the foundation of the interaction. What does this unshakable frame look like when translated to the world of texting? It's distilled into 4 principles. Principle 1, scarcity. Your attention is a resource. You are not always available. Not every ping from her phone gets instant reflexive attention. Your life is full. When you text instantly all the time, you tell her that your most precious resource, your time and attention, is worthless. Low-value example. She texts, "Hey," and within 30 seconds you reply, "Hey, how's your day going? What are you up to? Hope it's better than mine. I'm just sitting here bored." High-value example. She texts at 2 p.m. You reply at 4 p.m. after your meeting or workout with something brief and purposeful. "Good to hear from you. Just wrapped up a call. What's the plan for Saturday?"
You are a CEO, not an intern waiting by the phone. Her message enters your orbit. You do not enter hers. Principle 2. Direction. The leader proposes, the follower reacts. You are not her emotional support animal or a bored friend. Your goal is to move the interaction offline into the real world. You are not asking, "What do you want to do?" or "Do you want to hang out sometime soon?" You propose, you decide, you lead. The longer you stay in pointless text banter, the more you communicate that you are afraid of face-to-face interaction and that you don't have the discipline to push the interaction forward. Principle 3. Boundaries. Respect is non-negotiable. You do not tolerate flakiness, disrespect, or childish games. A man with standards doesn't reward bad behavior with more attention. You set the boundary and you enforce it. Scenario: you have a date set for Tuesday. On Monday, she texts, "I'm so swamped this week. Can we reschedule?" Low-value response: "Oh, no problem at all. I totally understand. Work is crazy. How about next week? I'm free all of next week. Just let me know what day is best." You just rewarded flakiness with a blank check of your time. High-value response: "Got it. Let me know when your schedule clears and you can reach out. I'm pretty booked right now." You just put the ball back in her court. You are not the default option. She has to earn the next spot. One strike, maybe two, for a truly legitimate reason. After that, she's out. Your standards are non-negotiable. The final principle is silence, the confidence to hold it. You can hold the silence. You do not collapse under it. You understand that your self-worth, your day, and your attraction do not depend on her constant, immediate back and forth. Weak men think the right words create attraction. Strong men know it's the energy behind those words, the unshakable frame that creates respect. Silence is a test of your inner peace. If she is slow to reply, you remain slower. If she doesn't respond, you move on with your day. You do not ask for the reply. You never ask, "Did you get my message?" or "Are you mad at me?" That shows fear, and fear kills attraction like a disease. The fatal errors, where men give up their frame. Let's talk about why men lose this game so often. Because if you can't clearly see your weak spots, you will repeat them forever. These errors are symptoms of a single core belief: I am not enough. Error 1. Over-texting and over-explaining. You mistakenly think that more words equal more interest, or that a wall of text is a sign of effort. Wrong. More words equal less value. When you blow up her phone with long stories, detailed plans, or defensive explanations, you tell her, "I have nothing better to do than try and win you over through this screen." That is not attractive. It's an energy drain. Example: instead of a simple, "Had a great time last night. Dinner on Thursday, 7 p.m. "Hey, I was just thinking about last night. I had such a fun time and thought you looked great. I really like how we talked about movies. Anyway, I was wondering if you might be free sometime this week, maybe Thursday, but I'm open to whatever works for you. Let me know what you think." This is not communication. It's desperation dressed up as politeness.
Error 2. Neediness in disguise. The endless, "How's your day going?" or "What are you up to?" texts. That is not care. That is a subtle, constant probe for her attention. It's neediness in disguise. She knows it. You know it. Stop pretending it's innocent small talk. It is a desperate attempt to keep the line of communication open, regardless of whether you have a purpose for texting. The fix: if you don't have a specific thing to say, a logistical question about a plan, a genuine high-value observation, or a statement that moves the date forward, do not text. Error 3. Trying to impress and perform. Walls of text filled with jokes on repeat, aggressive use of memes, or self-deprecating humor trying to get a laugh are all attempts to perform for her validation. You were trying to fill the silence with noise, hoping that if you are funny enough, she will like you. Women don't fall for clowns. They fall for men who are so grounded that they don't need to perform. Your energy should be calm, grounded, and direct. Save your humor for the date, where your presence and delivery can actually shine. In the text, be purposeful. Error 4. Rewarding bad behavior. No boundaries. She flakes 3 times and you keep rescheduling? She takes 48 hours to reply with a one-word answer and you send a friendly paragraph back? That's not persistence, it's weakness. A man with standards doesn't reward disrespect or indifference with his precious time and attention. You are training her how to treat you. By accepting poor behavior, you are literally lowering your market value in her eyes. Every single mistake comes from the same place, the subconscious belief that you must overcompensate or earn her attention. That belief is poison to attraction. The high-value texting framework. Lead, don't chase. So, how does a high-value man actually text? It's not about following a rigid set of rules, it's about operating from an internal sense of worth. 1. Text with purpose. The 80-20 rule. Every single message you send must have a purpose. If you are not setting up a date, deepening a genuine connection with a high-value observation, or a statement that moves the date forward, you are wasting words and time. High-value observation example. Connecting. Instead of, "How was your day?" try, "That point you made about the city's architecture is still in my head. I think you're right about the history being erased." This validates her intellect and focuses on a shared real-world interaction, moving beyond simple small talk. Use the 80-20 rule. 80% of your texts should be logistical, getting the date secured. 20% can be light, genuine connection, or playful banter, but never the focus. 2. Let silence work for you. If she doesn't respond, you don't chase. If she's slow, you stay slower. You simply re-engage with your life, letting the silence prove that you are an emotionally stable man who isn't dependent on her responsiveness. Your text message is an invitation, not a plea. If she doesn't accept the invitation, you simply resume your interesting life. If you must follow up on a plan, and only if you have a set date, send a single, final, non-emotional text. Final text example. "Hey, I need to finalize the reservation for 8 p.m. If I don't hear back, I'm canceling it and making other plans." This is a logistical, firm boundary. No emotion, no drama. She either respects your time or she's gone. 3. Move things offline. Texting is a tool, not a destination. High-value men do not live in text bubbles. They use texting as a simple, effective tool to bridge the gap between initial contact and real-world connection. If she attempts to text endlessly, the classic textual pen pal, you must redirect her. Redirection example. Her. "Oh my God, that's hilarious. Tell me more about that crazy thing you saw today." Your response. "It was a pretty wild story. It's better in person. Come tell me over that coffee on Thursday." You pivot the conversation back to the real-world connection every time. If she still resists, you stop texting. She's either not interested or she's simply looking for an attention fix, and you are not a free resource. The deeper truth. Texting reveals your identity. This is the part most men miss. Texting is just the surface. The deeper truth is this. Your texts expose who you are as a man. The screen doesn't hide you, it magnifies you. If you're needy in life, you'll be needy in text. You'll constantly seek validation. If you lack purpose and direction in your life, your conversations will wander aimlessly. If you fear silence and loneliness in your own mind, your words will ramble desperately to fill the void. That's why this isn't just about dating. It's about building yourself into a man who naturally commands respect everywhere he goes. You must build the high-value life first. The high-value text will naturally follow. The foundation of the frame.
1. Own your time. Stop wasting it on endless scrolling, mindless chats, and waiting for replies. Treat your time like the only non-renewable resource you have. 2. Own your energy. Don't let stress, work, or women dictate your mood or inner peace. If you're having a bad day, you don't dump it on her phone. You remain a man who manages his own state. 3. Own your standards. Stop bending your boundaries at the first sign of pressure. A standard isn't a suggestion, it's a rule for engagement. Because here's the true test. Women aren't testing your texting skills, they are testing your backbone. They're testing your ability to stay calm under pressure. They're testing whether you fold or stand firm when tested. And when you pass that test, when you can hold silence, enforce boundaries, and stay grounded, she feels it. Not just in the content of your words, but in the confident energy behind them. That's dominance. That's respect. That's the high-value texting frame. So now the question is simple. Are you done being the man who loses the battle before the date even happens? Or are you ready to become the man who owns his frame and texts from a place of unshakable strength? The shift begins the second you decide. Not tomorrow, not after just one more try with the same weak habits, now. Stop playing for scraps of attention. Stop chasing validation. Stop texting like your life depends on her reply. Because women don't fall for lines. They fall for presence. They fall for certainty. They fall for the men who don't need them, but who choose them. Respect isn't demanded, it's commanded by the man who refuses to abandon his frame. If you're ready to become that man, start today. Be disciplined. Hold the silence. Lead with purpose. Enforce your standards. Build a life so full and interesting that texting becomes just another extension of your intrinsic strength. And when you do, you won't just attract women, you'll filter them. The wrong ones, the ones who crave low-value attention, will fall away. The right ones, the ones who crave a man of strength, will respect you. And the game won't feel like a desperate chase anymore. It will simply be the selection process of a man with options. That's the high-value texting frame. Own it, live it, and never give it away again. If this hit you hard, subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment with the word frame if you are ready to step into real strength. Smash that like button so the algorithm knows men still want the truth. See you in the next video.